Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sir, of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And before you listen to this episode, I just got to let you know, I need you to stop what you're doing. Go to blkrenaissance.com, and I need you to shop for the culture. That's right. Anytime you use the promo code LLC20 at Black Renaissance Clothing's website, you will get 20% off your order. Off rip, no questions asked. So do me a favor and do it for the culture. Peace.
Hey, this is KJ, and I have a question for you. When was the last time you got something nice for yourself? That's what I thought. So why not visit www.theblurredsyndicate.com and get something that will help you express who you really are. They've got shirts, mugs, purses, mouse pads, and even aprons for the grillers of the family. So, if you're a fan of anime, pro wrestling, or hell, even the Golden Girls, the Blurred Syndicate has got you covered. Also, if you use the code LLC20 at checkout, you'll get 20% off your order. So what are you waiting on? I got mine. Come get yours. And remember to join the BS.
Hi guys, it's Mr. I'm Just Being Honest, host of the Truth Serum podcast for the people. You can find me on Spotify, Anchor, and Buzzsprout. More networks coming soon. Happy listening.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, dropping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dope. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Okay, go. Are we leaving the boards outside for a while?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
As we should, as good, responsible dog parents. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to mute. It is not muting. I'm just going. There we go.
You failed.
I was trying to put my phone on vibrate, and the video started playing.
That's some Androids for you.
Oh, stop it.
Them Galaxies, boy.
This is just old age. Don't blame the brand. It's completely me.
So user error.
I ain't like the Apple people. I ain't finna gaslight you and tell you it's the phone. Nah, it's user. It is user. Hello, Ashley Vanessa.
Hey, babe.
How you doing?
I'm good. I like making content with you.
Really? I too enjoy making content with ye, especially when you're in the forefront, not so much in the background. Don't get me wrong, you're a beast in the background too. Shout out to you for the producer role of the Kickback 2023.
Hey, gang.
Excellent work. You ran this shit.
I prefer the background, honestly.
Why?
That's where all the fun stuff happens back there. You get to put your hands into every aspect of the production. Like, you guys see what we present, as in you as the viewers, but you don't get to see all the mayhem in the background. And that part is fun to me. I like that part.
I had to make an adjustment because it got me clipping now. I don't know. Anyway.
Do we need a pause?
Nah, fuck it. They're just going to get what we give to them. Like the lunch ladies.
Well, alrighty then.
So,
I had some mean lunch ladies.
They meant well. They just dealt with a lot. They just dealt with a lot. All them goddamn kids.
And them grown-ups.
And them adult children. And you probably helped raise some of them bad motherfuckers.
Ooh.
That's faculty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And they expect you to give them food for free.
Ooh, shit. So it's been a while since like recording. It's, believe it or not, the kickback has been a month ago now. Today, a month ago. I never really got your thoughts on the kickback and like what you thought about it. I did a quick recording like the following week just to fill in my obligations. You know, every 2 weeks I got to drop something, so I did like a 15-minute recording, and I just gave my thoughts on it and threw some shade at some people.
Oh,
but
wow.
I wanted to get like your perspective on the kickback and what you thought about it.
Well, I had a good time. I felt like our goal was to level up from last year, and we definitely did that. We definitely increased not only our production, but we were more organized. Yeah. We had more topics this time, like a lot more. Topics, yeah. The people who we invited over to be guests, they showed up, and everybody was very pleased with the setup as well. We got a lot of compliments. We got a whole lot of compliments, and even some impromptu guests showed up, and they were still able to like get in on the action and feel welcome. Like everybody kept saying how they just felt at home, and I felt like that was a real like one of the best compliments I think we got that night.
That's dope. I was really concerned about that. I didn't. Last year it felt like it was so much organization, like this, and this. It felt like work. And then when we got to it, I realized, no, man, I wanted to like unwind a little bit more with people, like let people just have a good time too while creating content. And I feel like this year I was able to lean into that a little bit more of the fun side of it versus be here doing this and do this. This was kind of a let go and let God a little bit. In terms of the stuff that didn't work, it was just like, fuck it. Little inside joke, fuck orange. That was the whole thing. We had an orange microphone that didn't work. And then we just, for the first day, wasn't it? Like the first recording session, we were just like, fuck orange.
Just let it be.
Just let it be, bro. I ain't finna stress about it.
Move on.
Right.
It's other microphones.
Straight up. That's dope, man. I'm glad that everybody felt that way. That was my time to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
I know you and I were conversing regularly during the planning, and I was stressed out like majority of the time. And that's just, I wanted it to be so enjoyable for everybody that they could see what we could be regularly one day. Like this, I'm gonna put this in wrestling terms. This is like our WrestleMania. You feel me? Like our big event. You know what I'm saying? Show. Yeah, this is like the big one. Like being able to do a whole weekend of this at a nice venue, lights set up, all that. You know what I'm saying? People coming from everywhere. You know, it felt special. You know what I'm saying? And I get to peer into like the future a little bit of what I see 2020 being able to do. And so it's just like me getting a sneak peek, kind of cheat snack of what I want to be the regular, down the line. So yeah, not trying to like bite like $1 million a game or like Joe Budden and them having their own setup, but I got to see what that felt like. And as far as seeing what that felt like, it feels good, but it's a lot more you got to take account for, like, because we had one plan in our head. We got there, we had to make it work a little bit differently. Like equipment didn't go certain places. The internet, remember we had to figure out the internet cord not being long enough. And we was like, oh, fuck.
Right, but luckily you have a box of like
a box of technology.
A box of technology. So we figured it out in the end.
Yeah, man. So that was really good. I think we might do 1 or 2 more times in a space like that, but I think might need to do like go ahead and see if we can do like a venue show one time. See what that'd be like.
You want to have a live audience?
Yeah, I think it's time.
I think that'd be dope.
I think it's time.
I think that would be dope.
Like a live audience and then a live stream simultaneously.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
2024, you know, we'll enjoy, but 2024, we'll see about that.
Okay then.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all heard it here. Lofty goals in the works.
I mean,
we gotta plan.
You gotta have something on that vision board, cuz.
For sure. I think it's more than possible. I think it's more than doable. We just gotta make sure that we put in our P's and Q's so that when the time comes, we're not, scrambling around trying to figure it out or get it together. I think we put a significant amount of effort into planning this past time, and that helps us not be so like stressed. I think a bit. We had minor worries of things not working out, but we also had backup plans.
That's true.
And I think as long as we continue that mindset of having a plan and some contingencies in the tuck, I think we can make it happen again on a larger scale one more time. Just keep leveling up.
Yeah, I would like to get more people in the building. You know what I'm saying? I think I've been looking at the analytics of the crowd, and I don't want to expose people's ages who watch this, but the people who were in that chat were the demographic, the people who were tuning in like every night, and I saw certain people there every night, every session they were tuned in. The shit was wild.
Yeah, you got a consistently loyal fan base. I think you got to give them a little more credit. You got to give your listeners a little more credit.
I love y'all. I did the other day. I made a post about how it was just a day I saw somebody just complaining, like, and I get it. When you start in podcasting, there's so much you got to learn quickly because you're comparing yourself to the refined wine of a saturated market. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many. You see the Hennessy's, but there's a bunch of goddamn E&J bottles everywhere. But right. you gotta start off as that E&J bottle though.
A few MD 2020.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna be a Paul Masson. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no wrong with starting out as Paul Masson.
Is it Paul Masson or Paul Mason?
Masson.
You sure?
Positive.
I feel like y'all be trying to put a little extra zest on that man name.
You even disrespect them. It's Paul Masson.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you have it.
But nah, I saw so many people complaining. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to be one of them, but I made a statement. It was like, yo, but I love every aspect of this. Like, I enjoy spending on the equipment. I enjoy setting it up. I enjoy editing. I enjoy, every little detail about this, like scheduling, confirming what we're gonna talk about, what we're not gonna talk about, making sure everything's paid for. Like, I enjoy all of that for this. And it's just too many people this is just a hobby for, and they expect this to make hobby money for them like it's a bake sale or something. Nah, bro, you gotta throw some money in this. Like, it's too many people that they think they just gonna get that $20 mic, get that $20 webcam, and think they finna make goddamn gold. That ain't the case. You gonna have to invest something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In order to get that quality you looking for, bro. So, I don't know, man. Spend that money. Make a plan. Do research on YouTube. Now, I'm tired of telling niggas that. Like, niggas who are always asking me stuff about this, and this, and this. I'm always telling them, hey, dog, use Google and YouTube like I do, cuz. Like, research that camera. Research that mic. Find a compatible one for your price point. Like, all that shit. Yeah.
I agree with that. Like, and I feel the same way about business as well. If you don't want to put in the effort to do your own research, then your business, your podcast, it's going to fail off rip. Because nobody's going to be able to give you the information that you're looking for all of the time.
Right.
Like, people put stuff like that behind a paywall.
Bruh,
and
that part.
It's important that you, as a creator or a business owner or entrepreneur, have the ability to Google these words, YouTube this thing, look it up yourself. Otherwise, you're going to, one, be taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, you're going to forever lack the, the structural knowledge, like the ground level knowledge that you need to succeed. Because you gotta start at the bottom, and the bottom is you doing the research yourself without question.
Yeah. It's crazy. People are way more willing to throw money at something uneducated than they are to do the research.
Man.
They'll spend the money on a $300 mic, but won't do the research to see that $300 mic, in terms of quality, does the same thing the $60 mic do.
What? Or they'll give it to some random person on Facebook.
Oh boy, yeah.
And I really wish I would stop that. I understand it's a market. I understand that these people are making a living off of it, but they scamming y'all bad.
Big time, bro.
They literally charging y'all for information that is free on the internet. And y'all still have to go out and pay for the stuff that you need to do the things that they're telling y'all.
You know what they tell them? And because I know somebody that does it. I know a couple people that do it.
We know several folks that do
we
it.
We do, actually.
And I ain't trying
to,
I think
we're thinking about the same person.
Definitely are. But, and I'm just not a fan of that.
I'm not either.
I just don't feel like information should be one of those things that people should have access to for the free.
Yeah.
For the free. And especially if it's already free and you putting it behind a paywall. And I get it. Maybe they're charging for their time and not the information.
That's exactly their explanation.
And sure, maybe so. But still, I don't know. To me, it feels grimy.
What I did, because at one point I did let somebody pay me for my information, and it felt grimy. So I don't know if you remember, I told you about Buy Me Lunch. And I think I might start this again, where if you want to know information, you want to learn stuff, literally, let's meet up somewhere. Let's see how serious you are. Mm-hmm. Bring your notepad, bring your information, your homework that you found, bring your information, pay for my lunch. Mm-hmm. That's how much I'm going to charge you. That way I have incentive to come. I'm not busting your head, and we just sitting there, and I'm going to give you everything I got. And I get fed. So, you know what I'm saying? I think I feel more accepting of that than just receiving payment for like information. I just like, Google, there it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And most of the time these folks they just did the research that you refused to do.
Yeah, it just.
And they didn't do it.
Is that like a lazy tax?
Maybe so. Some people definitely will pay somebody else to do something because they just don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And I get that. The hairstylists exist for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But they're also providing a service that comes with a level of skill.
Yeah.
Right.
You're paying for what they know and their ability to do it.
And how they're doing it. Right.
Versus what they know. Yeah.
Versus just what they know.
Because a consultation is something else, boy. Especially when the information
$300 for a consultation.
Man,
and
I was watching.
Be giving them this money.
I saw somebody. They was on Facebook. They do they listen to your music on live, bro. They get like 1, 2 viewers, 1, 2, 3 views. Not trying to throw shade, but they charge people $50 to come on there to play their song.
That's craziness.
$50, and they only getting like 1, 2, 3 top viewers. Might have been 5, but they charging people $50. They made a post, come interview with us, $50. I'm like, yo, I do this for free, bro, for the love of you. And you know what's crazy? This person ain't a black person, and it's for hip hop, and that really made me feel away. So it's like, you a guest in our culture, and you. Whatever.
Well, some people don't agree with that whole guest in our culture narrative.
That shit wild.
Some people don't agree.
That shit wild.
I think it's insanity, but hey.
That shit wild, bro. I can't come up and goddamn No, I ain't gonna get into that.
No. We should, because
You
honestly,
can't motherfucking go.
I feel that way wholeheartedly.
I can't go into what's that shit called, river dancing school, and just start disrespecting they shit, charging like I'm gonna teach you the quick way of river dancing 101. Do videos on TikTok without somebody pull it to me aside and be like, "Yo, why are you doing that to our culture? You're making it seem cheap."
And that's exactly what, because they are
for your profit. Like, this is my culture. They wouldn't be wrong for checking me.
It's weird to, and maybe because I ain't gonna lie, I do blame a bit of because as a Black American, especially when it comes to Black American culture specifically, I feel like our OGs did so much to sell our culture, not sell out, but sell and market and make money from it. Yeah, that everybody on this planet thinks it's okay that they have access to every aspect of our culture, and because they feel like think it's okay for them to have access to it, they don't mind like bastardizing something, disrespecting something, saying things that are crazy, or just straight up being like they don't have a culture, because we've made it so easy for everybody to access it and everybody participate in it that they're taking it for granted now, and that's all around the world. And I and I know that this is a very controversial take, and I've been saying it for a while. I'm gonna keep on saying it.
Go ahead, get
but
your shit off.
Gatekeep your culture. We should be gatekeeping our culture. I said it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 3 billion times. Everybody don't have to have access to everything, and it's okay. It's some stuff they doing in Asian cultures that I would never step my toe in, because what would I know about it? It doesn't make sense to put your fingers into every single thing that another culture does, and I love Asian culture.
Now, when you say because we're going to have to specify. When you say put your fingers into it, you mean in sense of not necessarily enjoy, but you mean like try and take part in. Yeah,
like partaking into it in a way that...
Because we some weebs, you and I.
Of course. But partaking in a way that... how do I explain? Not just monetarily, but in a way that shows that you're ignorant of where this thing comes from. Okay. Like, let's say Hindu culture specifically. Okay. Because even though like the garbs, the traditional wear, the jewelry, all of that stuff is beautiful, right? Okay. And I think it's gorgeous. And if you go over there, they will have no problem with you wearing their things as long as you understand where it comes from, right? It's way different if I'm here in America as a Black American girl is dressed in the garb with the little, the symbolisms and the jewelry and the dots and all of that, and I don't know what any of that is about. Yeah. And now I'm on the internet telling people, well, this is how you do this and this is how you do that. This is Indian culture. This is, I'm not Indian, but Hindu culture. This is, and send me $25 and I'll send you one of these. Yeah. I'll send you a hijab for this. I'll send you these bangles that are traditionally Hindu. People will look at you like you're insane, but people all around the world participate in Black American culture in that same manner, and they make money from it regularly. Yeah. Meanwhile, they tend to also demonize it in the same breath. The same people who make money off of it be demonizing it bad, like greatly, regularly.
I think what's interesting about especially hip hop culture, I feel like there's a different conversation happening between Black households and white households, obviously. But I think the number one thing is I think Black households think that hip hop is us. We exude hip hop. We dress, we eat, we live, we listen, we speak.
Correct.
Hip hop.
Indeed.
Which is true. White people understand that Johnny can be hip hop up to a point. He knows when to cut shit off. You know what I'm saying? That their parents will step in and be like, yo, that's cool and all doing that for the TikTok, but when you walk in this house, you tuck your goddamn shirt in, you straighten out your hair, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 because we got to get you this application to get you back in the Harvard, or I got to make a donation to get you in. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody that's non-Black, to be specific, non-African American.
Right. I'm just saying, like, they are teaching their young who enjoy the hip hop culture, how far they can take that culture. You know what I'm saying? They're telling them like, yo, that's cool and all, but the buck stops here.
But that's the thing, though. I think people, for some reason, they are separating hip hop culture from Black American culture. You can't. Hip hop is a product of Black American culture.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for us, it's like it's intrinsic to us. Hip hop is a reflection of Black people. We're not a reflection of hip hop. It's a very. It's not the. It's not.
It's a reflection of our culture, our surroundings, our
exactly.
environment.
So if people who are non-Black are participating in it, yeah, they can shut it on and off because it's not who they are intrinsically. Like their hip hop isn't imitating, the Asian b-boys. They're not imitating them. Their hip hop is showing you what's already happening on our streets, in our neighborhoods, in our culture already. Their hip hop artists are dressing how we already are dressing.
Right.
It's not.
You could see this down the street.
Exactly.
And it's not a rapper. It's just This is over here.
This is. We are. This is us. Yeah. We're gonna do this with or without y'all eyes.
Yeah.
Even if you don't see this happening on your block, doesn't mean it's not happening on mine.
Right.
Like the colorful blonde wigs and stuff. Black girls have been doing that for years. Decades before it got popular on the internet and people was like, oh, I want a pink wig too.
Right.
They had our aunties now was already popping the pink wigs in the 90s.
Right.
It was nothing new back then. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I think people, and I don't like the whole thing of calling it hip hop culture specifically, because it definitely erases Black Americans. It literally takes us away from the product. Like, it takes us out the culture. It makes it easier for everybody else to go into it.
Okay.
And keep
we could
us
just
out.
call it Black culture.
But no, I understand.
It's just so closely woven.
Because it's us.
It's our expression. Hip hop isn't just music. It's Black expression. It's like jazz was a time, a spirit. Mm-hmm. Jazz was a lifestyle. Jazz wasn't just goddamn music. Jazz was breaking the normal formula shit by being expressive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get you. I
don't know. You can't keep your culture.
Protect it. I get it. 100%.
It's okay that everybody don't have to have access to your stuff. I was actually just watching a TikTok video of a Caribbean girl, and she was venting about Carnival. And how Carnival has become so touristy that people don't even know what the true meaning behind Carnival is anymore. And she was saying that it's irking her to see all these celebrities and people from different countries come to their country and participate in Carnival just so they can wear the traditional garb and show their ass and twerk, but not know that this is a celebration of Caribbean culture. You're right. They're not. The DJs are even going so far as to not even play Caribbean music anymore. They're they're playing just whatever's popular now because of how much tourism is. It's affecting their culture and it's affecting their celebration. It's affecting their carnival, having all these external people participate in their culture. And she was venting about how she just didn't think that was okay and how she wanted them to gatekeep it. And there are people who were pushing back on that. And I wasn't. I feel like she's right. As much as I would love to go down there and experience that, because it looked like it would be, it's very similar to Mardi Gras. We have it here.
Yeah, it's carnival.
Carnival and Mardi Gras, basically, hand in hand.
Mardi Gras is carnival.
Hand in hand. Yeah. But theirs is based in Caribbean culture, and ours is based in American culture. It's very different, in that standpoint. But I can understand where somebody from their culture would see all these people just coming into their essentially their households and putting on their clothes and bastardizing this celebration that they've had for generations and being upset about that. I can see how somebody would be mad.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's kind of funny you mentioned Mardi Gras, because essentially that's what happened to French Mardi Gras, because French Mardi Gras was carnival.
It
same period in time, and it got bastardized. It got diluted. People started coming in doing their own version. The French started it. Spaniards got into it. The Italians got into it. The blacks got into it. The Germans got into it. You know, we did that damn documentary.
They Americanized it.
We fast fooded the fuck out of it. We did a carnival for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And now it's Mardi Gras. And now even Mardi Gras we feel we're fighting over because it's been spread thin. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it can happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know, the smaller this world get, as long as capitalism is capitalizing, it's going to dilute.
Do you think culture is going to ultimately die because of it?
I don't think culture is going to die. I think it's going to evolve to something a little more uniform until the next big thing happens. Everything is culturally around location, and then locations became smaller. Everything became more accessible.
Because of the internet. Right.
And now it's going to take something as like idealism. You know what I'm saying? Something not excluded to or excluded by location, more like a way of thinking. So I think a school of thought will be like the next big thing. I hit my damn microphone. I forgot to tighten it. You can tell I ain't potted in a minute.
We need to turn that light on outside for the dogs.
It is out. It is on.
It's not.
Oh, you turned it off? Why'd you turn the light off?
Cause I was like, this light bill is already finna be $300.
Yeah. We finna hit the fold, cuz.
It's about to be, Lord.
Shit, I expected more when it said what, $329? I was like, oh shit. I thought it was gonna be like $450.
Thank God for that pay thing. What's it called?
What you mean?
You know the
Oh, you talking about the what you call them billing?
Yeah.
You know we're outside of that, right?
We are?
That's the reason our bill is going up. They review our bill and like, nah, y'all don't qualify for that.
I thought it was. I think we still qualify a bit because if it were that we were outside of it, it would be $500. Cause I looked at the bill last month and it shows you how much it would have been had we gone the full amount.
They're giving us grace then.
And this month,
and
I ain't
they
looked at it.
slowly weaning us away from that shit. But I can't wait for it to cool off.
When it gets cooler, we'll be fine again.
Because I miss $130, $140 bill.
Man, they finna kick our ass this time.
Look, when it get warm, you better put on some socks. I mean, when it get cold, you better put on some socks.
They don't do the hot air the way that they do the cold air. Like, you know what I'm saying? Summer don't really hit the same way winter do when it comes to the billing. Nah. It won't be as bad.
All I'm saying is better buy you some socks, cause I ain't turning on that heat for shit.
I ain't wearing no socks.
So serious.
I ain't wearing no socks.
Don't put your feet on me.
You definitely couldn't turn the heat on. We gonna pay the bill no matter what. So
you right, cause I like having power. You right. You sure right. I like charging my phone whenever I want to.
Right. Period. You need this computer with the 3 screens.
First off, I got 2. They're just really large.
And the one TV that's a screen on the wall.
That was for look. You even could tell people my setup. Shoot. Speaking of setup, I don't know. I'm just trying to use that as a segue. What's going on with the video you sent me?
Oh, the gentleman.
The gentleman's. Mm-hmm.
So, young man on the TikTokers, right? That's where we getting all our content nowadays is TikTok. Yep. He got on TikTok and he had to vent essentially about his baby mothers. Mm-hmm. Long story short, his baby mom, I think, based on what I understand, he was complaining that his baby mother did not want to be involved in their son's life. Mm-hmm. And they've gone to court multiple times to, settle things and get some clarity on the relationship and the custody. And she outright said several times that she didn't want anything to do with him, the baby dad, or the child. Several times. And apparently he has tried multiple times to keep the communication and contact open with the baby mom, and it's just not working. He was literally at, I guess, outside her house, because it was supposed to be her week to keep the baby, and he was calling her, texting her, and she was not answering. So I guess he took that time out of frustration to just vent about the experience of trying to co-parent with someone who clearly did not want to co-parent, and just getting out how he felt about that. He told us a lot more detail as well, but that's the overall gist of it. So I guess the question is, what do you think about that? Do you think he has a valid reason to be upset, or does he need to set this up? Because he is I forgot to mention that he is he has sole custody of his son. They went to court. He got sole custody. The baby is his and his alone. So yeah. So what are your thoughts about that?
Sole custody. Well, this is what it is, cuz. It's about to sound extremely fucked up what I'm finna say, but I keep the same energy for women who have this situation. Should be. This is why it's important you interview who you nut in, cuz. This is extremely important. Why? Extremely important. Why? It's gonna sound fucked up, but I hear these stories so much that I'm slowly become desensitized to it. I hate to say it. I don't care. Like, I feel for the kid. I don't even give a fuck about the parent situation. I know that sound messed up. I'm more concerned with the way that the kid feels. We're way more comfortable fucking than having conversations, and that shit's just wild.
That's a problem.
That's a big issue, and we just gotta vet each other better. And I know what I sound like. I know I sound insensitive. I know I sound like one of them niggas that victim blame women. So I'm probably taking the stance. Nah, I'm just keeping the same energy. Like, it sucks, my boy. I hate that for you, but I love that you ain't gotta wonder. You know what I'm saying? You got your kid in the car. Yeah, it's frustrating, but you got your kid. Your kid ain't in there, and you can't get in contact with them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be worse. I hate saying during a podcast. Ugh. I don't. This is so common. This is why I don't want kids. Like, people are too accustomed to having kids, either by mistake or having kids as an accessory to a relationship. And I don't rock with that shit. I don't rock with that shit. That shit ain't. Just fuck having kids, bro. Like, just get married first. Make sure you like the nigga first. Like, interview them extensively, become friends, live with each other, shack up, pay each other bills for a while, then get married and see if you want to have kids, my boy. Like, it's just.
Yeah, people tend to skip the knowing that person step.
Yeah,
regularly.
Easy. Yeah. And you know what's wild? Like, the older I get, the more I think about it. Niggas would rather risk their life by going raw in you rather than talking to you.
Crazy.
Like, I could literally stick my penis in you and get a disease that could kill me.
Yeah.
But I'd rather do that than to talk to you.
Then know your middle name.
Yeah, and know your mental health history. That shit wild, man. I don't have a capacity for it anymore. I'm callous now. I'm 36. I'm callous to it. I'm sorry, young man, but and if you're listening to this, I probably inserted the audio from the video. You got everything you need in that car, my man. You got you got your right mind, and you got your kid. And he said himself that the kid don't even be wanting to go in there with the mom.
Right.
That and I feel like his point to making the video is that she pops up. Women do that. Women go back and forth. Women go back and forth.
I think that's the case for all absentee parents.
Yeah, it's just like you're gonna go back and forth, and if you know what's best, and he's just explaining the unfairness of the courts, because the courts pretty much make him say, hey, if mama want to come back, you gotta let her see the kid.
Yeah, it would be the same for the father though.
Nah, it's not. I know that for a fact.
Because he has sole custody.
Because he has sole custody.
But most of the time,
but
when
his complaint is if the shoes was on the other feet.
That's what I'm saying. It would be the same, simply because he has sole custody. Now, most cases when they don't have an agreement like that, then you would be correct.
But even if she had sole custody, his complaint is he wouldn't be able to come back and forth. Like if she says no, he can't see his kid.
Right. But he also has that. I think he misspoke when he said that.
Oh,
because he also that's how sole custody works. Let me make it clear,
and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. In Alabama, it's definitely different. It's women have way more sway when it comes to matters of the kids and the parent having.
You know, people say that.
I know for a fact.
But the more I learn about that situation and I hear people experiences about that, it is not uncommon for the woman to not get custody and not be unfit. I think people are going off the fact that most people, most men specifically, are afraid of the court system and they don't show up to these hearings a lot of times. And so they don't put forth the effort that it would take in order to ensure that they had their rights, to be honest.
I disagree there.
Because, wait now. Because when I've seen it happen, when the man really wants their child and they have their ducks in a row, the man typically gets the kid.
I disagree.
Typically. Especially if they make more money than the mom. Especially.
I disagree.
I've always seen the man get the baby.
And I give you the name of the person who this has happened to that we were with. Who I was living with and this was going on. This happened to Wyatt. Uh-huh. So I know firsthand how this goes. Even when he was in court, I was with him. He had evidence that he was the one able to take care of the kid. You know what I'm saying? He even showed his backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Versus the other person. He still had to submit some sort of arrangement with the mom. Just because in the state of Alabama, you can't, it's very, very, very hard for a man to get sole custody. It's extremely hard.
I think it's hard for most people to get sole custody of their kids. It's not like, I don't think this thing about it being a preferential thing, I don't think it's real. I think most people just straight up don't know the laws. But I think for this young man, he got sole custody simply because the mom straight up said she didn't want the baby.
But let me pose this though. Why is it so hard to believe that there's a predisposition on black fathers getting their kids, but there isn't a possibility of predisposition in any other form of government showing preferential treatment in any other race? You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about like how courts are more likely to send black men to jail. We talk about how courts are more likely to give black men unjust or harsher punishments. How come it's not possible? I ain't gonna say possible, but you don't think it's possible that the courts have a bias when it comes to black men being parents?
I didn't say that it wasn't possible. That's not what I said.
I ain't saying that you ain't saying it's possible, but I'm just saying, just your verbiage make it sound like it's not.
My verbiage is to be more realistic about it. At the very least, I think that people tend to hear people give out data based on things that are kind of misleading a bit. Like even some of the things that you just said, most of the times you are saying stuff that is comparing black men to other races of men. You're not comparing black men to everybody. Like you're saying black men, because if you're just talking about gender roles, black women also are more likely to go to jail than any other race of woman. Like you're not saying anything when you say that. You're just saying that black people are at the bottom of the totem pole and we already know that.
Well, you were saying that it wasn't a thing. And I'm saying if it's a thing here, why isn't it a thing here?
I don't think it's as bad of an issue as people try to make it feel like it is. Because there are definitely women who do not have custody of their children because the man took full custody. It's normal. It's a thing that happens. I think that the vast majority of men who don't have custody of their kids, either one, do not want them, or two, they're ill-advised on this stuff from government. And let's be honest, people don't have their driver's license because they're afraid of going to jail. Like, stuff like that. People are ill-advised when they get to these court systems. Men could have more rights in those rooms if they had more people telling them the correct information and not just hearsay. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Certain things are the way they are because people are flooding people with misinformation. There are definitely, it looks like it's skewed toward black women because our black men don't know what rights they have. They don't know what rights they can and cannot, get and receive when it comes to their children. Like, I know men who straight, I don't know if I can get sole custody. She not good, but if I go up there, what's gonna happen to me? I got these warrants. If I go up there, what's gonna happen to me? I got all this bad child support. If I go up there, like, people put all this other stuff ahead of the option of getting the sole custody. I think that if more people are educated about what it took to get custody of their kids, meaning black men, if y'all had more information on that, it would be far less of this conversation of the courts are skewed to black women, because I just don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that especially because I've seen it on other ways, like you said, that why still had to come together with the mom. That's normal.
Right.
That's how it's supposed to work that way.
Litigation always gonna try.
It's supposed to work where, hey, y'all need to come to an agreement. The court really should not be telling you how to parent your kids. Yeah. They don't want any involvement in that. Right. The only time somebody gets sole custody, the only time the court gives somebody sole custody is if one of these parents is egregiously bad. Like, it has to be really fucked up. Yeah. Like, CPS got to be involved, and there has to be documentation of some kind of trauma. Like, people don't get sole custody just because somebody said that I deserve it. It don't work like that. It's just not gonna happen like that ever. No matter who the race is, and no matter what the genders are, it's not gonna work like that. No matter what. So that judge was correct. Their friend needed to come together with his baby mom to come up with a solution. Now, this young man said that he took his baby mama to court, not because he wanted the full rights to his son initially. From what I understand, he was going to court because she was trying to get the the child support to reduce or something. She wanted, I think he said she wanted like $1,500, and he went to court. He bought his documentation, got his paperwork together, and the judge only gave him $135. Right. So after that arrangement, I guess she decided that she didn't want nothing to do with him or the baby anymore. The man said, "Well, I want full custody, sole custody." She said, "Bet." And she walked away from them and him and the baby. So I think now he's seeing the consequences of his actions of what it's like to be a single parent. Like, you can't make her take the kid. You have full custody now. Sorry. It's literally your responsibility when you chose to do that.
When you say sole custody, this is what it is.
This is what it is. You are the full-time parent. She can show up whenever she wants, if she wants to. But you can also deny her access into your home. You can. Yeah. But she does not have to receive that child if she don't want to receive that child, because you are the sole parent. That's what sole custody means. So I think people just need to be a little more educated. And, pay your child support if you own it. Pay your child support if you own it. So in case you do want to get your kid in full from the spouse, or make some kind of arrangement, it won't be anything stopping you from going to court. You won't have to worry about getting put in jail over bad child support. And that's what niggas ain't going to court because they don't want to go to jail. And that's the truth of the matter. People are giving these dudes so much misinformation. They don't know what their rights are for real. Good point. That's all. I just don't think that it's as rampant as people like to make it seem. black men definitely have disadvantages when it comes to the court system as a whole. But when you're competing with us within us and in this system, I just don't think that either side has more leverage than the other side, especially if the man has significantly more money. Especially.
All right, that's it, man. I was gonna talk about the Sha'Carri situation.
I think we should. What's stopping you?
We've been recording for over 45 minutes.
Well, we can just cut it up.
All right, let's what's that nigga name? Noah. What's his name? Basically the nigga said.
Wait, first we gotta set it up a bit.
I think it's Noah Lyles.
Yeah, that's his last name. He's the Olympian. What sport is it? Is it track and field?
Yeah, he track guy. This man said, "You know what hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA finals and they have world champion on their head." So, Noah Lyles is an Olympic track runner, track field, and gold medalist now. If I'm correct, I think 3-time gold medalist. And he feels a way about the term world champion. He feel like you can't be a world champion unless you compete from the best from the world. And I agree with the nigga. I agree. The NBA and this is people are so upset because they feel so Americanized. Sports is like the epitome of sports when it ain't. Basketball, yeah. We got famous basketball. And yes, people from other countries come to our league to play basketball. It's because we pay absorbent amounts of money to do so. Mm-hmm. Right? There's publicity. It doesn't necessarily mean you the best in the world when you come to the NBA. Mm-hmm. It doesn't, especially when you're coming from another country. That just means that you were really good and you lived in that country, so you came here. Where in the Olympics, they have the best of this country, the best of this country. Let me just go down the road. They got the best of Jamaica. They got the best of China, the best of Germany. Statistically, they have Olympic trials. Do you know what happens in Olympic trials? They try you, and they pick the best to make the Olympic team. You want to know how they do that? They pick the fastest, the strongest. They pick the creme of the crop, right? So they actually take the best of the country, and they send them to participate in the Olympics against other countries.
And they have to qualify.
And you got to qualify
before you get to the big boy.
Right. So you got to be top tier in the world, literally, just to make it to compete. So if you make it, you qualify, you make the team, and you beat them, you are indeed a world champion, right? Mm-hmm. That means I beat the niggas from China. I beat the niggas from Germany. I beat the niggas from Zimbabwe, whatever the fuck. You beat them, so you are a world champion. My guy, you beat people from Alabama, from Atlanta, Brooklyn. Philadelphia, Brooklyn,
Austin.
Right. This is a small market. This isn't like the world. Like, I can understand soccer having a world champion on their hats because you're playing soccer players who are some of the best across the world internationally. Right. Basketball isn't. It's a market within the United States. You know what I'm saying? So, right. True, we draw in talent from all different areas, but they're not the best from those areas. Yeah. They're just good enough to play in our league from those areas.
Right. Golfing is the same, right? Because isn't golf like a world?
Yeah, it's, well, especially now. It's because, you know, them boys done bought that shit.
Oh, yeah,
the
IPL
that's right. Done took over.
You're right, you know they did.
So now, with leagues like that where you're literally competing against other countries, you aren't competing from representatives who just happen to come from that country. You are competing against a country. People are wild, man. And I get NBA feeling slighted, but I mean, your toes can't get stepped on if they ain't out.
True. Touche. Why do you think they're upset though?
Cause they feel And true, yes, the North American NBA does go to play the Olympic basketball. Yes, we do play them, and majority of the time we win, but it isn't that particular team. The Lakers didn't beat Germany. You feel me? Like, that's the thing people aren't getting. The all-star team, the Olympic team, is plucked from the best of the United States.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It isn't our champions from our own conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, I don't know, man. People are interesting, bro. They just want to be offended. And honestly, I feel like these NBA niggas make too much money to be as offended that they are.
And I think that's what the problem is. I think that, you know, back in the day, we could watch the Olympics and watch Jordan them, you know, play against actual other countries.
Yeah.
But nowadays, our big stars don't really participate in the Olympics anymore. Because I think the Olympics is free. Like, they don't get paid for that, do they?
I don't know.
I don't think they get paid to participate in the Olympics. They're like Olympics. They the clout is the fact that they became a champion. And, you know, you got the medal, and then you can like spend that out into like different like brand deals and money and stuff. But I don't think the Olympics like gives them money, because who would be the ones paying them? Long story short, I think they don't put any value in it, because they make more money just participating in the league in America. So they don't feel the need to like go and do the Olympics the way it was. They literally are just sending the B teams, the B lineup, I think, is what they're sending over now to participate. I don't think any of the big names participated in the Olympics recently. I don't think who's the big people now? Like,
it don't even matter.
Curry and them,
because it don't
LeBron
even matter.
like, they didn't participate.
The point is, they're playing against the market of their own players who aren't as good as some of the others. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are S-class athletes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these players.
Yeah, there's only one LeBron on this team.
Right. Now imagine facing the LeBron from Africa, the LeBron from Brazil, the LeBron from China, the LeBron from Germany. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they're up against. That's what they're not
That's
getting.
not what they're getting,
Yeah, it's like they're against the best in the world from those other countries, bro. Like, you ain't playing the goddamn niggas from down the street. These ain't niggas who went from the D League and made it up and now they on the bench and you playing them. No, these niggas are here for this.
Right.
They train for this.
Yeah.
They are not them, bro.
I also think like basketball is it's a uniquely American sport, where other countries just don't participate in it that tough, for real. So it's not even that much competition for them, for real, if they were to like play on a global stage, for real.
It's so popular. The NBA is so popular that the other leagues you really don't know about in the world. But there are all the other basketball leagues across the world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People a lot of times retire from the NBA, go play in China.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is very true.
So it's not uncommon. Brittany Griner, hell, you know, she went to fucking Russia.
Child.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not
strange.
Right. It's not weird. It's just, why are we gonna sit here in front like it's the same? It's not the same playing ground, man. I don't know. Niggas just want to be offended.
Yeah, I didn't think what he said was anything wild, but when I started seeing all the NBA players like be offended about it, I was like, oh, did he fuck up? Like, what am I missing?
And some of the niggas that's talking, where's your ring?
Ooh, don't hurt nobody's feelings.
I'm just saying, like, some of these niggas that are offended, where's your rings? Where's your ring? What have you done lately? Like, chill out, bruh. Chill out. Chill. Stop. Not saying that I gotta bring and them niggas can whoop me, but I know that I'm not a world champion. Shit wild, man.
You're a national champion. They should change it.
Right.
And that's okay.
Get out of here.
It's
Like,
all right. You ain't gotta,
everybody wants a participation award, bro. You ain't the best. It's all right. You just the best over here.
Do you agree with the people saying that America feels like we're the center of the universe?
Yes, this shows it. This 100% shows it. You know what it is? This is the equivalent of somebody finding out they're TikTok famous and not real famous. No, I'm being dead ass.
You're YouTube famous.
There's
they know you
American
over here.
athletes and there's world athletes.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? And they just found out where they were.
Yeah. I think, this kind of reminds me of that conversation where people were saying that Serena Williams was the greatest athlete in the world. And people were like, LeBron James.
Yeah, and that's wild.
And I was like, that's a little crazy.
Right.
Like, no disrespect to LeBron, but this is Serena Williams who's competed on the global stage her entire career.
In Australia, China, Japan, against their best, bruh.
Yes.
Against their best.
I don't understand the thought process of comparing.
The fact that you're so good in America that you got to go to another country to find other people who are...
To battle.
Bruh, you did everything here. You beat everybody here.
You beat everybody
Your
here.
sister too.
Your sister too. Ain't nobody else for y'all to fight.
So we got to go over here. This shit wild. I'm sick of niggas being mad.
They was upset though. I ain't think it was no tea.
Anywho,
But he said what he said though. I agree with old boy.
shout out to you, Noah. Thank you for standing on your shit.
Indeed. I do think it kind of waters down what it means to be an Olympic champion. If you get to be a national champion and say you the champion of the world, I don't think that's fair.
Right. Now, national, I can accept that because of this nation of the United States.
Yeah.
They are.
Indeed, they are. That's what
the
it
world,
should
be. Let's not go that far. You know what I'm saying?
Does not go, okay.
Because I'm pretty sure there's probably some niggas in Mexico that could do some niggas in. Just saying.
And congratulations to the USA because the Olympics they've been turning up.
I haven't even been Olympicing. Like, we used to sit and watch that shit on like Channel 15
I
when I
did
was a
too,
kid.
yeah.
And I didn't even know it was going the fuck on. I feel terrible. Shout out to you, Shakari. I know they hating on you. I remember you were an asshole kid, but you had just lost your mama. And you are still in your 20s, my nigga. So
right. She's still very young. Like,
no, she's a kid.
She was going through some stuff,
Calm
and
the
she just
fuck
needed
down.
to figure her life out. But she doing well. She got 2 golds and a bronze. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, still that
Go
girl.
off. And Noah said he 3-peated. You know what I'm saying? Miss Simone Biles breaking more records. More records. Okay.
Pissing them niggas off.
She was gone for like a year and came back and swept
That
the
nigga
tournament.
got married at the she got married at the fucking courthouse and pissed everybody off.
Right.
How the fuck you gonna get married so low brow like that and come back and get some gold medals on their bitch ass?
She was like, "This ain't even about you. This is about me and my husband."
I love Gen. What Gen is this? Z?
She's Gen Z, yeah.
Shout out to y'all Gen Z niggas, man. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't falling for this stupid shit.
I know. Keep it up.
Let's
Save
get
this
outta here.
world.
Save us. Goddamn. My pension depends on you.
Oh God. What pension? Ain't no such thing.
This is Mystique.
This is Mr. Everlasting.
And this is the Safe Word.
Safe Word.
Join us this season for all things kinky, all things BDSM, and all things sexy, y'all.
Live and every first and third Friday is when our episodes drop. Find us on your favorite platform and get ready to get safe with the Safe Word.
Safe Word.